Okay, welcome to yet another reaction video. This time we are going to be doing something video game related. This is the final, I believe, trailer for Death Stranding, the new Hideo Kojima game that will be coming out, I think, in November. So I've been keeping up fairly diligently with this game ever since it's been announced, but I kind of fell off of keeping up with it for a little while and missed out on a few trailers, so I've been trying to catch up recently and make sure I'm up to date on all of the Death Stranding news of what's going on. So we're going to check out this trailer right now. It's a quick 1-minute promotional CG trailer, no gameplay or anything. I'm going to give my thoughts on it and whatnot, and then I think I might attempt to check out the almost hour of footage that was shown at TGS, I believe, because there is an English translation available with closed captioning, because it was all in Japanese and no one could understand what they were saying. Let's check out both of those by starting with this one here right now.
It ain't as simple as it seems.
Who thought that a Kojima game would be simple in the first place? That's what I would like to know.
They'll try and stop you every step of the way.
Yeah, we've seen these villain type
you gotta
dudes
keep moving,
with the yellow hazmat looking suits,
no matter
the
what.
raincoats. We saw that gun,
Apart,
the Bola gun.
fractured our society.
That was like a loop that ended where it started.
And the only way to save it.
And we saw this base in some of the gameplay. There's BB.
My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
See
My job.
that
to
right
connect
there.
us.
It's been a while since we've seen the big... Alright, so that's the end of the trailer. It's been a while since we've seen this sort of thing right here. This big ethereal man standing off in the distance. We saw in the very, very first trailer for the game, there was, I think, 5 people floating in the air that were all like T-posing or whatever, and it looked crazy cool. We haven't seen that in a while. It's been mostly just Sam here walking around environments with a couple like monstery things every now and then, but for the most part, it's just kind of like people in encampments and Sam doing like researchy type stuff. So let's move on. There's not a lot I can say about this trailer right here. It's just a little quick promotional thing that I'm sure they're going to play on TV and websites and whatnot. So let's move on to the TGS gameplay and see what we can pick up from the English translation that is now available. All right, so let's get this going. I'm definitely going to have to cut around a lot of this footage. I'm not going to sit here and relay 50 some odd minutes of information to you all through this reaction type video, so I'll try and cut through various parts of it. That's a really cool little detail, releasing when Blade Runner is set in 2019. We only had naked Norman, a crab, and a baby. I mean, what more do you really need for your game? It's unusually new, so explaining it is difficult. See, honestly, I know that a lot of people are complaining. It's like, what the fuck is the game even about? What do you do? But that's what's intriguing me the most, is that it's unknown. And I know a lot of people aren't into that whole kind of thing, but I like stuff that's just weird and new and crazy, even if, like, we don't even know what it's gonna be. You're wearing something cool. I fucking love Kojima, man. Alright, let's get to some of the gameplay, see exactly what's going on. Ikuzo, hi! He just has himself handcuffed. One pair of handcuffed on his own wrist connected to itself. What the fuck? A dream catcher of some sort. I think he's attaching it to the whole Amazon packages that he carries around. Yeah. He doesn't have any boxes in it for once, though. That's all we've seen of this game so far. 90% of what we've seen is Norman Reedus. Hi. All we've seen so far is Norman Reedus carrying around packages. I missed a little bit of this gameplay thing when TGS was actually going on, so I have no idea who this Skullface man is. So it is straight up just a distribution station and terminal, so you are just basically picking up and delivering things, just like we've seen so far. So it's basically a hub where you accept missions, take things out for deliveries, however that system's gonna work, stuff like that. So it's very MGS5 looking, with the fact that you need to carry like equipment and all that stuff, and you load up before you go. Jesus. Just stack them on up. So you have balance and center of gravity and all this stuff to deal with. Not just weight, but your balance also. You gotta not fall over. I know it's kind of like goofy with Norman Reedus here having 40,000 boxes stacked on him and having to balance it and all that, but I honestly really like it. I think it's like a really cool system of having to actually carry your stuff around, you know? It's not just like, oh, let me pull out this shotgun out of my ass real quick. It's more like you actually have to carry it around and you see the stuff you have on you. I think it's a really cool like system, and I like when games actually do that, when it's tangible, the things you have, rather than just kind of being like shotgun, assault rifle, ladder, equipment, like all this stuff. I like it. I kind of like how this game seems to be doing it. It's pretty cool. Very unique. That's pretty cool that you can plot your own path. Not a lot of games let you make like a path like this. Usually it's like you put a waypoint and either the waypoint's just there and it's like find your way to it, or it auto makes a path for you that you choose to follow or not. And yeah, they've been talking about this, how the game isn't like quote unquote multiplayer, but there's a lot of multiplayer aspects where you can see other people's bridges, whatever that means, and you can see their holograms and you can leave messages, a la Dark Souls and stuff of that sort. I do really like when games have multiplayer aspects, even if they are single player. It's really cool. You can change your hat and sunglasses because they've collabed with like a fashion company. That's the most Kojima shit right there. And you have to actually keep your balance, like they were saying. That's actually really cool. BB hates River, so he's crying. Poor BB. Swim, Norman. Drink an energy drink because we're tired, and they've collaborated with Monster Energy. It even says on the screen, Monster Energy has been consumed. I'm surprised his name is Sam and not Kyle. Kojima fucking loves music. I guarantee you this game is just going to have a shitload of just music that you can get. That's really cool. I'm glad that you can just like place stuff anywhere. It always kind of irks me in games when stuff is super controlled to where you can't really like have the freedom to like place something where you want. Like it has to be in a specific spot, so that's cool to see. That's really cool how you can see on the ground like a holographic display where the network is that you have connected and where you don't. So you can't make any items here if you're out of the network until you connect the network. Cool, again, you can place the ladder anywhere you want. I was wondering how the whole ladder thing was going to work. Someone else's ladder from the network. So this is like multiplayer functionality type stuff where you're seeing other people's things, I would assume. So I saw part of this in the TGS demo that I was watching before the translation was out. Yeah, it seems like people will do stuff in their own worlds, and then sometimes you'll see it whenever you connect to like the network, I suppose. You'll see like, oh, someone else placed a ladder here, or someone else built something there, and then you can give it like a thumbs up or whatever. And there we go, even more ladders. That's really cool. So you could see like if someone found something cool in the environment, like maybe there was like an item like on a cliffside or something, and someone set up a ladder to get there, and you see a ladder with a bunch of thumbs up, you know, oh, there's probably an item up there. Let's go climb that ladder. I really like this multiplayer functionality where it's like some people can leave behind items for you, and then you send them a thumbs up in return, and then I'm sure they'll probably get some sort of like reward or whatnot for getting thumbs up. So it's a really cool system. I like this a lot. How you can build things in your world, other people can see it and interact with it. It's cool. It's really cool. Okay, so here we are at the enemy encampment kind of thing. This is where the game starts to look very much like MGS5. Yeah, straight up MGS5, just with the hit your hand on the ground and then everyone shows up on your radar. It's the same sort of thing. Even the running looks just like MGS5. Just fucking yeeted that container right at that guy's forehead. Just casually run alongside the truck. It's a good thing the truck just slowed down for no reason to let you yank him out. Go Minasai. Sorry, buddy. Stomp on your throat real quick. No problem. Sorry. Can use them to make highways. So I wonder exactly what exactly you'll be able to build in this game. Because if you can build highways and then other players can traverse them, this seems like a super cool gameplay experience. Very unique, where like people are going to be building an entire civilization that you can just traverse. I'm really excited to see exactly how expansive the system is in which you can build things. BB is connected to its mother on the other side, so it acts as a conduit. This whole other sides thing is what's most interesting about the game to me, and I hope that we can see more of it soon, but I don't know if we will before the game comes out. I think Kojima really just wants to leave this game as like unexplained as he possibly can, so that people are just completely hit with it whenever they play the game for themselves. You combine Sam's blood with the bola gun to use it as a weapon against the BTs. That is interesting. There's the handprint stuff with the tar. We saw that in some of the first trailers with the handprints appearing on Norman here. Without the translation, this kind of seemed like it was like a event thing happening, but this apparently is just part of the gameplay, where if you get grabbed, you kind of get taken away to like a big, scarier enemy than normal ones. So this is one of the weakest creatures. It kind of sucks because during this fight, he really only uses like grenades and stuff. It's not really so much of a fight as it is just kind of a distract the enemy and avoid him type thing. So it kind of sucks that they don't show off more of the combat in this demo type thing. The Odra deck is in a cross shape, and it points to the direction of the creature. That's cool. So you always kind of know where the enemy is with your little Odra deck, apparently it's called. Yeah, the whole general theme of this game, Kojima keeps saying Stranding and then showing off the multiplayer stuff. So the whole theme of this game is like trying to work together with other people. It's all about like not being alone. Even though you're playing alone, you're supposed to be helping each other out, which is really cool. I keep saying that, but I really like that. I love the theme of like help each other out in games. It's kind of a big part of the reason why Nier Automata is my favorite game. So I'm not gonna lie, this part of the game looks really awesome to me. Being able to ride a motorcycle around this environment with all of your equipment and shit. It's just like, it looks really unique of a gaming experience to be able to just ride a bike around this environment, deliver shit, fight monsters. This honestly is like the coolest looking thing I've seen so far from the gameplay we've been shown. And from what they've shown so far, the vehicles look really satisfying to control. They look very weighty. They look like they actually interact with the environment and go over rocks and whatnot. And so here's a bridge that someone built. And this is what I'm getting at with the whole you can build highways and whatnot thing. Is like, how crazy is it going to get with the things you can build to add on to the environment? Eventually, it'll turn into a road and become smoother. So if you find footprints and you follow those footprints, you scan them with your thing, you follow the footprints, and enough people do that, they become roads eventually. That sounds insane. Like, there's so much talk of interacting with the environment that it sounds crazy to me, but if it really does, like, work that way, then that is really cool. And so this is too dangerous, really, to take your bike up. There's too much rock, so you can leave the bike behind, and then someone else can come across the bike in their world. We're alone, but we're in this together with everyone else. See, I know that I may just be a sucker for this kind of thing, but that sounds so cool to me. I fucking love that concept of you're all playing your own thing, but you're helping each other out along the way. There's some of the Silent Poets music, and there's an actual, like, city. If this stuff is, I mean, I assume it's pretty scripted. When you get near the city and whatnot, the song will start playing and it's like, oh, you found a city. But if it is not super scripted, like the rest of the game, and you come across stuff like this and the music kicks in, this will be like a really, really cool cinematic experience. And I don't like saying that often with games, like, oh, a cinematic experience. But this game seems to be built around that sort of theming. So if they do it right, it could be really cool and really like emotionally powerful to just traverse the environment in this game. which is a really intriguing concept. Not a lot of games are built around just like straight up exploring an environment. And I just gotta say that I am absolutely loving the visuals in this game. For whatever reason, I've always been a sucker for like this, I don't know what exactly you'd call it. It's like a port town almost, where this looks very industrial, but it looks very like, it looks like an oceanside like port town. Like everything, there's boats, there's these factories, everything's all like wet and humid in the environment. It looks very like European coastside, and I fucking love that. Like with the oil tankers and the cranes in the background. For some reason that aesthetic really just like connects to me. I've always really enjoyed that, and so I really like that this game is embracing that to the max. And so he's at another one of these facilities now that he can then connect to, and now he has a route available between the facility he started at and the one that he's ended up at here at Port Knot. And I mean, from what they've shown, it seems like you can go across a lot of this like pseudo faux America. And then of course he goes back to the like Mass Effect room where you can hang out and you can shower and create stuff using Sam's blood and bio parts. It's all very weird, but this is like a whole part of the game here is being in your room. They showed a ton of it in the second day of TGS, but I think that's pretty much all they show here. I think it ends in just a second. Yeah, and that's pretty much it there. So yes, indeed, clap, 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 clap. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and stop there. All right, well, I don't know what I can really say besides what I've said throughout this whole video. I'm incredibly excited for Death Stranding. It's probably the most interesting and pretty unique game that I've seen, at least in a long time. I can't think of many others that have so many unique things going on with them that I can't say I've seen in really any other games beforehand. So I'm just incredibly excited. I'm still very cautious about the game. I know that I've been pretty much spouting nothing but positive things this whole video, but I'm very skeptical about the story and what exactly the inner rim between story missions and just walking around the environment is going to be, because they basically just shown a bunch of walking around being a delivery man, which again, I know I'm the minority here, but I think that that looks awesome. Everything they've shown looks like a lot of fun to me. I really like weird game things where it's just go and do this simple thing that a lot of people might find boring. For some reason, I always really enjoy those, because it's like, that's not something I do in my own life. I don't walk around this crazy environment and find cool items and build things to ride motorcycles across and whatnot. So the fact that you can just kind of do that, it seems very relaxing, but also very engaging. And it looks to be very emotional also, not in like a crying emotional sort of way, but in like a, it hits you emotionally with all the scenery and the music kicking in, and that kind of stuff is what really sells me on games. It having like an emotional impact with you is my favorite thing about a game. So all I really have to say about this game so far, until I can get my hands on it, because I don't think they're really showing much else. I think the game comes out next month, and this is the last stuff we'll see is this gameplay trailer and then the launch trailer that we watched beforehand. I think that's pretty much the last of what they're showing. So it's all just up to waiting now and then getting our hands on it, and hopefully I'll be able to make some videos and whatnot about the game and give my thoughts when we actually get a chance to play it. So until then, look forward to more thoughts and whatnot on this game as well as any other games I'm interested in. I hope to do more game type videos in the meantime. And also look forward to some more reaction-y type videos soon, because I know a lot of people that have been finding my channel recently are wanting more of that kind of stuff. So look forward to more of everything. I hope to be able to make some more videos soon. Anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next time. Hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, look forward to more stuff in the near future. So see you then.